Good afternoon to all of our valuable fans and welcome to Quick Set powered by Smart 5G. And right now, you're going to witness not just an ordinary matches this afternoon, but this is a very well anticipated match between Bacolod Taitung and De La Salle Lipa. And after that, of course, you're going to see the National University Nazareth School going against St. John's Institute in Bacolod. And you can actually catch our games in our channels. You can catch the Shakey Super League GVIL Rising Star Cup live and free on pusup.com. Your game, your community, join now. Also live on Smart Sports and Puso Pilipinas. You can also watch on Shakey's Super League Facebook page and on TV at Solar Sports. And this has been Quick Set powered by Smart 5G. Magandang tanghali to all of our valuable fans. And right now, our matches this afternoon is a well-anticipated matches here in Shakey Super League because for today, on our fourth match, we're going to see Bacolod Taitung and De La Salle Lipa. And we all know for a fact that these two played in Palarong Bansa. So many are actually anticipating to see these two schools going head to each other. My name is Jong Panerio, and of course, I have here the Jelina Luceño. Jelina, you know, a lot actually expecting because these two came from a victory in Palarong Pambansa. And what we can expect by these two here in this match?
Well, definitely isang masayang laro ang meron tayo ngayon because both teams came fresh from Palarong Pambansa, garnering a bronze and then silver medal. So I guess this game is just gonna be intense as we could imagine it to be.
Definitely na I'm so ready to witness this match against Bacolod Taitung and De La Salle pa. But for now, let's take a look on the groupings for our Division 1.
We have here, of course, our match under Pool B with Bacolod Taitung, Bethel Academy, De La Salle-Lipa, Chiang Kai-shek, and Holy Rosary College.
Definitely, this pool B is also a death pool. A lot of good schools in this pool as well. And right now, what we can say is let's take a look on Bacolod Taitung's performance here in Shakey Super League. Bacolod Taitung has been one of the prominent schools here in Shakey's, but right now, also in the Palarong Pambansa, and as we can see, Bacolod Taitung here, silver medalist, Jelina in Palarong Pambansa, and also last year, doing well here in Shakey's too.
Of course, our reigning champions. They want to make a statement in this year's tournament. And fresh from Palaro, again, as you said, I know that they had experienced a loss there, but I know also as well that they will do their best na para bumawi sa tournament na to.
Surely, and for sure, De La Salle Lipa must have been really preparing as they try to score a win here with Bacolod Taitung.
Well, starting this tournament strong with straight sets a while ago versus Chiang Kai-shek, this bronze medalist from Palarong Pambansa is ready to face off again Taitung in this wonderful battle.
Very good. And right now, Jelina, wag natin patagalin pa. Let's turn you over to our venue announcer.
Referee, Lari Escorial. Second referee, Ivan Escamillas. Let us meet the starters for both teams. First from Bacolod Taitung High School, Thunderbolts. First off, opposite hitter number 2, Alex Bertolano. Setter number 4, John Bulak. Outside hitter number 6, Rose Almendralejo. Middle blocker number 9, Amor Bartolome. Outside hitter number 10, Ana Surura. Middle blocker and team captain at number 12, Donna De Leon. Starting libero at number 19, Rhea Thomas. Head coach for the Thunderbolts, Ian Macariola. And now for the starters of De La Salle Lipa Green Stallions. Opposite hitter number 5 and team captain Kyle Aldovino. Outside hitter number 10, Cesar Ramirez. Setter number 13, Thea Deser. Middle blocker number 17, Rai Mama Ilaw. Outside hitter number 18, Fel Sumage. Middle blocker number 19, Maxine Sumagaysay. Starting libero number 7, Jojo Sales. Head coach for the Green Stallions, Amy Mendoza.
De La Salle Lipa going against Bacolod Taitung. Same faces, same players here. But let's see if there will be a same outcome as these two teams, fresh from Palarong Pambansa, will try to go for head-to-head and get closer for our top two in their division. And right now, Jelena, I must say that both teams must have been really preparing. They know that they've equally equal. So let's see who will come out victorious dito after this match.
Well, let's give a rundown for a background dito sa dalawang team. In palarong pambansa, they both got medals, bronze and silver respectively. It was a very intense match-off in the semifinals wherein there was a 5-set victory for Bacolod Taitung High School, scoring at 15-13. So let's just expect something like that right now.
And this set is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken in Mojo's now. And sa lahat ng mga nanonood from Salle-Lipa, magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. At sa mga taga-Bacolod naman, Jelena, maayong hapon sa tanan ng natagtanaw sa Shakey Super League.
We have a free ball from Taitung, giving Lipa a chance to get a score first.
And what I like about covering this game, Jelena, is that Salle-Lipa and Bacolod Taitung, they have a proven track records. And they are champions in their respective league. So I must say, this is really an intense match.
And what we're seeing differently here today in Taitung is that they have additional key players aside from those Palaro pool, which actually nanalo last year for our championship. So we have Donalyn Bartolome, and then we also have Ana Hermosura. So Taitung's just bringing all their guns out here in this tournament for them to be able to secure that championship
They
spot.
need to. They need to, especially with these additional gunners from Salle-Lipa. But meanwhile here, Bacolod Taitung finally drawing their first blood, of course, courtesy of Rose Almendralejo.
You see a good pass and an opposite side hit coming from Rose Almendralejo.
So much noise and so much talk about this young girl on your screen. Rose Almendralejo on deck to serve. Good serve. Salle-Lipa will try to convert once again. Almendralejo for coverage. This will be an easy one, Jelena. Let's see what will be the pay here. Combination play works for Salle-Lipa.
Salle-Lipa setting up a play with just one blocker. And you know what? I was thinking a while ago with the departure of one of their best setters from the previous years. What would change in their lineup, or what would change in their playmaking? But then again, it just goes to show that Taitung really has a good program. Since
Definitely.
it has been years, a lot of players have been coming and going to other places. But then, they keep on reaching that palarong spot.
Definitely. I could not agree more, Jelena. They have produced several key players in the Philippine volleyball. Angel Canino. At wag natin lumayo pa, of course, Jelena Lucenio from Bacolod Taitung as well. But meanwhile here, Salle-Lipa up by 3. Mamaylaw. Good target, but easy pick up there from Bacolod Taitung. Down the line works for Bacolod Taitung.
Ana Hermosura, we haven't seen her in the Palaro scenario. But then, andito na siya ngayon. And she's just willing to give out everything that she knows and her skills for Bacolod Taitung.
And here, Bacolod Taitung, since their inception here in Shakey Super League, they just keep growing and growing and growing. But how about that good combination play from Salle-Lipa?
What I've noticed about Salle-Lipa is that they're not a tall team. But when it comes to playmaking, makikita mo talagang nag-iisip sila muna bago gumawa ng play.
Exactly. I think it's pretty much equal. The height, the length is also equal with how good and higher volleyball IQ in playing. Opportunity now here for Salle-Lipa one more time. De Leon, of course, one of the most prominent middle blockers in the Palarong Pambansa this time. Easy pick up. Down the line. Good coverage there. Adjusting here. Opportunity here for De Leon, and it's good.
Well, who are you going to give it to in
Of
crucial
course.
scenarios? We have De Leon and the Hermosura on the front line, taking advantage of that scramble in the defense of Lipa, getting a point for Taitung.
And De Leon, good recognition there that the backline dito of Salle-Lipa nakabantering defense. Dalawa na lang ang kalamangan ng Salle-Lipa. Good go to open, and it's good.
Good C hit coming from Lipa. You could see that the setter was aware of where the defense of Taitung was during that time, setting up that fast play and just breaking the hole in the middle
Yeah.
of the court of Taitung.
And these two schools, Taitung and Salle-Lipa, who would have thought Jelina nakakauwi lang nito kagabi? And right now, they will be playing here in Shakey's.
Yeah, same goes as well as National University. And grabe no, the amount of energy that these
Definitely.
players have is just amazing. Galing ka pang
Yeah,
biyahe
lawag.
and then you have to play not only once but twice
Oh,
today
yeah.
actually, since both teams or most of the palarong pambansa teams have missed the game
Mm.
days of Shakey, so they really have to fill in those spots that they have missed.
Exactly, not having an ample amount of rest. But as you can see, hindi mo makita yan the
Yeah.
way these two teams are playing right now.
But I wonder if Rosal Mendrelejo is now okay,
Oh, good.
since
Yeah, good point.
nung palaro, she suffered an injury which did not make her play her optimal
Yeah.
performance.
But I do think that Rose Almendralejo is in good physical form right now. I think the coaches will not be allowing her to play if hindi 100% is Almendralejo. But this time, again, combination really works here for Lipa.
Taitung is having a hard time reading the plays of Lipa.
So Magaysay now here. Serving for Lipa. Coverage here. They go back to the Leon. Simple volleyball for her.
Good quick hit. What's making Lipa here establish good plays
Oh, yeah.
is that they have nice receive.
Oh,
So kanina ko pa nanonotice, hindi nahihirapan yung setter nila mag-distribute ng bola kasi nalalagay sa maayos na lugar yung bola when it comes to receiving.
Good point, Jelina. And you know what makes me so excited to see with the Salle-Lipa? For the past 2 seasons of Shakey's GVIL, they have not. This
We're-
is something that we didn't want to see. Jelina right now.
Yes.
Of course, we prioritize
I
the
think
health of our
she has a
players.
sprain.
Yeah. And I do hope that this
Our
is nothing
medical team-
serious.
Yeah, our medical team will be looking at it.
Oh no, but she's actually crying there on the floor.
Let's see the replay of what happened.
Let's take a look.
She twisted her ankles while she was landing. And she will be taken out from the game.
And again, you know, we really don't want to see situations like this. All prayers up here for Althea Deser. I do hope, Jelina, that this is nothing serious.
Yeah.
Should be clearing out there, sitting on the bench. And this is the hardest part if you were part of De La Salle-Lipa, you know, the mental fortitude of playing, knowing that one of your
Yes.
teammates is in pain.
And we've been seeing a lot of good sets coming from Althea. And now, maybe this will be a turning point on the playmaking of Lipa since
yeah.
their main setter has been seated out.
The play will continue here. But again, Jelina, you know, Les Alipay, you know, they really must have been really preparing here for this season of Shakey's because they did not advance to semis pa since 2023. They've lost to Naga College Foundation in our inaugural season. Last year, they did not place as one of the top 2 in 2024. And right now, they're really hoping to stand tall in making it to the quarterfinals.
It's really great, you know. Every year we get to see these teams and ngayong taon, mas may dinagdag pang mga
Yeah.
team. So, we could see how they improve, which players step up, and kung ano yung binago na sistema. And we definitely love seeing
Yeah.
that with these girls.
Meanwhile here, Aldo Vino scoring from the opposite. Well, if De La Salle-Lipa have been got a semi-final slot in for the past 2 seasons ng Shakey's, kabaliktaran naman dito, Gina, for Bacolod Taitung. In 2023, they played semi-finals with Naga College Foundation. And last year, they've lost to Adamson in the finals. Really a good record so
Yeah.
far.
So Taitung has been stepping up
Yeah,
their
definitely.
rankings from third to second
Mm-mm.
to being the champions.
Meanwhile here, Bacolod Taito, we're tied at 8 here. Deadlock. And Jelena, who really expecting that, I mean, this close would really be very close for sure. Sa gitna din nila, and it works.
Good drop coming from the middle. Yun yung sinasabi mong when lahat ng blockers from the other side are expecting a very
Yeah.
hard or explosive ball. You need to utilize that threat para gumawa ka ng other ways para makapuntos.
And that is really very effective here for the ladies in green. Meanwhile, soaring and scoring here for Bacolod Taitong. Almendra
I
Lejo.
guess Rose Almendraleo
Yeah.
has been missing in the court.
And that smart powered up play was brought to you by Smart's Power All 99 load now.
Pinaramdam niya sa atin, nandito siya
Oh,
ngayon,
Deb.
no?
And we really feel her presence after that hit, Jelena.
Errors on the side of Taitung.
High raise serve there, coming from Rosa Almendralejo. Anyway, and if you're really a valuable fan, I mean, if you for sure already heard the name of Rosa Almendralejo, a lot of schools are
Yeah.
actually looking forward to get her talent for the collegiate level. Easy drop here, but this will be an easy ball. What will be the play here? For La Salle-Lipa, easy pick up. Another opportunity from the pipe. Good dig there. Coverage is on point here. Off the block point.
That was a good check ball coming from Bertolano on the opposite side. Since basang-basa na sila actually when it comes to the open hits and the back rows, might as well utilize that check balls.
Exactly. I mean, sometimes invaluable talaga. It's really hard to outpower a team when you're really pretty much equal. So basically, you really just need to outsmart them.
Then errors will set in here for Lipa. And now we have Taitung in advantage.
Well, a while ago, we see here like 4-point lead of Lipa over Taitung. But this time, Taitung lamang nandito ng isa. And I think Sumagi on the previous hits trying to get a check ball. Unfortunately, that is too wide.
You have Sumage coming from De La Salle-Lipa. Fell Sumage with 6 points and Maxine Sumagaysay with 5 points a while ago. But then, as I was saying earlier, great ball distribution coming from Lipa. It was definitely Althea Dacer who was the MVP of the match from our
Wow.
previous game. So, let's see how this would affect the match now that she is outside of the court, and let's see how the team adjusts.
Definitely a big loss here for De La Salle-Lipa. But meanwhile, what a play. A picture-perfect hit there coming from De Leon. De La Salle-Lipa now. Down the line. Almendralejo, easy over. What will be the play? De La Salle-Lipa combination. Let's see if that works. And it works. The simple volleyball really works here for Lipa.
Good drop ball. That's the second time around
Oh, yeah.
that Lipa has done it, and Taitung hasn't adjusted yet with that type of drop. And they really need to work on that if they want to keep this ball game going.
And Jelena, what really, more than the power, what really make me so amazed with these girls is that at this very young age, grabe na yung volleyball IQ na pinapakita dito. Combination denied there from De La Salle-Lipa.
Good luck. Kita mong dukot na dukot at bantay na bantay si Hermosura. Well, you have De Leon. You know, this front row combination is no easy feat to block since you have De Leon in front as well as Hermosura. So, malilito ka talaga kung sino
Oo.
babantayan mo. Dalawa sila, porsyento eh.
Tama ka dyan, but meanwhile, bumawi dito ng Taitung. Eh dito, I mean, nakita mo, De Leon is on full approach. But Aldovino, hindi kumagat dun sa decoy ni De Leon. But Jelena, we're tied here at 13. Definitely, this will be a very close match up until the end. Bacolod Taitung now. Good reception. Reverse set, and that is out.
Outside. Lipa is trying ask for a check ball, pero masyadong mataas yung trajectory
Oo.
ng bola eh.
Taitung up by 1. For De La Salle-Lipa, they should not give a 2-point cushion here for Bacolod Taitung.
Error for Taitung. This is the reason why both teams can't really pull away from the scores that they're having right now. Except yung error nila, palitan lang sila ng error. Thunderbolts here up by 1.
Angelina, we have a current update here from De La Salle-Lipa. Well, good thing. But of course, you still really wanted to keep him healthy. But sprain itong si Dasar earlier. And as per the coaching staff dito, kaya pa daw ilaro. I think konting pagpag na lang dito, babalik mo si Daser.
Pagpag dati, no? Pag natatapilo ka, pagpag lang.
Pagpagin mo lang. And just on cue, Angelina,
Yeah.
Daser will be coming back here for De La Salle-Lipa.
But kudos to the setter that, you know, pumalit sa kanya kanina.
Oo.
Kasi parang hindi lang nagbago yung laro. There were still plays na nakakapuntos yung Lipa. And it's really good that she's back.
And now she's back here on the court. Easy ball here. You know, the easy one. The easy attack and offense dito sa Salle-Lipa somehow works them. Giving them points.
I know that was gonna be a score. Nung nakita ko na si De Leon ngumiti na sa pasa eh.
17-14 is our score.
Hindi aabot ang data. Nice!
Don't worry. Be only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi nabitin with 10 gig data plus only Facebook or TikTok and more. Load now.
My future.
Right? What's the plan?
I have a plan. The new Smart Junior Plan. Made for me. For only learning, only experiences, only connections at just $4.99. It's a plan as good as yours. New Smart Junior Plan.
And we're back here. Daser suffered earlier some sprain, but right now, kaya pa daw ilaro, and she'll be back here on court.
An error for Lipa. And of course, we have to acknowledge that these girls from both squads garnered awards in Palarong Pambansa, especially Rosal Mendelejo having that MVP award.
This time here, De La Salle-Lipa, De Leon had a very good reception, and this should be a free ball dito for Lipa. What will be the play here? Combination, good coverage at the net. This time from the pipe. Well, Jelena, you must admire the physical strength here of these players. Aside from kakauwi lang nito kagabi, coming from Ilocos for the Palarong Pambansa, they've already had their first game a while ago. And Daser, I mean, siya pa yung MVP player natin.
And you gotta love how these players adjust every time na naglalaban sila. Kasi, you know, as I was saying earlier, a lot of players from both teams haven't seen the Palaro spotlight last week. But now, andito sila ngayon.
Aldovino. Let's take a look on that replay. And the middle hitters here for Bacolod Taitung really very active.
Lipa here having some collisions on their side.
Good pass. That is too close sa net, and Almandralejo will take advantage.
Almandralejo guarding that net. And we have here substitution on the side of Taitung.
safe lead here, I must say. For Taitung, just 5 more points to close off the set 1. But La Salle-Lipa, they need more. 4 more points here to tie things up.
Lipa trying to inch closer to the advantage of Taitung. It's great to see na okay na si Deser.
Of sure.
She's trying to play like parang hindi na siya
Oo.
na-sprain kanina, no? Minsan ganun lang dapat eh, dead ma lang. Laro na lang ulit, dead ma lang. But then again, it's really important for these individuals or yung mga girls na to practice safety, you know.
Of course. And of course, a bright future really awaits for these young squads. And that is why, you know, the coach is really prioritizing their health as Almendralejo dito. Good serve. Back to the open and good catch shot there.
Good cross-court hit. The libero was a little bit inside the court for that shot to be taken. And that's a point for Lipa.
A substitution dito. The Ser here back. And you know, the life of a setter is really hard
Yeah.
because I mean, the second ball almost 100% of the time talagang you really need to commit yourself to get the second ball.
And the setter is the orchestrator of this
Yeah.
game. So, kailangan talaga. I think when you're a setter, the first thing that you have to think about is your mental condition on that day. Kasi pag ikaw, madami kang iniisip, nahihirapan ka mag-decide kung saan mo
Exactly.
dadalhin yung bola. Unlike if you're like a spiker, you just have options and then you see them once you're
Yeah.
doing it. But when you're a setter, ang dami pa pang kailangan gawin. You need to, kailangan mong sumilip muna bago ka magdesisyon. And I think I just look up to setters very much.
Good point, Jelena. And yeah, you know, these setters, their position maybe is not a non-scoring position, but I mean, they are the orchestrators. Sabi mo nga, doing the playmaking, and without that playmaking, your team cannot score a point.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, good serve here. Good chasing that volleyball, but it outside.
Sayang yung habol ni
Oo.
Aldovino.
Kaya nga, if that
Taitung.
turned out to be a point, I mean, you have to credit half the point here to Aldovino.
Taitung getting their chin up, just, you know, enjoying that advantage, the comfort in the advantage.
And Jelena not only chin up, but I think
Yeah.
these girls from the city of Smile is all smiles right now because they all need just 2 points
Yeah.
to close out this first set. Here comes the Ser. Good floater. De Leon sending this up. Opportunity here. One more time, reverse set. Nahirapan mag-adjust doon. Easy pick up. Reverse set to Bacolod Tung, and it works.
That was a good set to Bertolano, knowing that the blockers on the other side were actually thinking na bibigay yun kay De Leon. So taking advantage of that dislodge gives the point to Taitung.
And now they're at set point. Hindi na natin pahabahin pa because Taitung here scoring off an ace. Courtesy of Bertolano.
Could see the good jump serve from Bertolano targeting the opposite side of the court of Lipa. Just, you know, bazooka.
Don't worry, the only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi nabitin with 10 gig data plus only Facebook or TikTok and more. Load now!
Shakey's fun goes on and on. Hero to hero, what a ride. With each new decade, a fun new side. Still serving smiles on every plate. 50 great years, let's celebrate.
pizza, chicken, and mojos.
Shakey's fun goes on and on.
From era to era to era, the fun goes on. Shakey's 50 years.
The fun goes on at Shakey's.
My future.
Right? What's the plan?
I have a plan. The new Smart Junior Plan. Made for me. For only learning, only experiences, only connections at just $4.99. It's a plan as good as yours. New Smart Junior Plan.
And Bacolod Tung drawing the first blood here in their match against Salle-Lipa 25-18. Jelena, a lot are actually expecting for this match. The Palarong Pambansa silver and bronze medalists going head-to-head here in our game.
Well, definitely that goes to show why they're Palarong Pambansa players. Grabe yung playmaking, the power hits, and the good services that they gave out during that set. You know, starting slow, a lot of deadlocks, but then they eventually pulled out. But kudos to Lipa, you know, having a semi-injured setter, still going back into the game, doing a lot of plays, and keeping the scores tight.
And here comes Lipa. You know, they started the first set really strong. They're actually leading the set around 4 to 5 points. But here comes Bacolod Taitung adjusting mid-game. At nagtuloy-tuloy na nga yung anakanda dito ng Taitung. But let's see kung paano makakabawi itong Salle-Lipa. For sure, they really want to give their A game here. We're continuing here to our set 2, and this set is brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and mojos now. And we're starting this off, Jelena, with an ace coming from Libang.
Well, Hermosura was having second thoughts on actually receiving that ball. Nagtinginan sila ng libero.
And our players are really very famous right now because somebody with the name Hermosura as well, watching from Saudi Arabia, is claiming na kamag-anak ko to. And you see, everybody's watching here as this serve of the game is brought to you by Shakey's. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and mojos now.
Speaking of looking for players, a lot of our viewers are, you know, looking for that crowd favorite of Palarong Pambansa, and they're expecting to actually see her play in this match right now is Brianna Ang. You know, kanina pa talaga hinahanap eh.
And Jelena, I don't want to put some rain on our fans parade, but as I can see here that Brianna is actually holding a number.
Yeah.
She might, you know, insert here in the second set. But meanwhile, dito lamang ang Bacolod Taitung. Bulak here. Ready to serve here for Taitung.
Aside from quality spikers, Taitung has also produced quality setters.
Oh, yeah.
Player before from UP, Mai Sotomil, and player as well from San Beda University also came from Taitung. And just right on cue, the camera focuses on the crowd favorite.
Instant crowd favorite, Brianna Ang. Also winning one of the best middle blocker awards in the Palarong Pambansa this year. Taitung now. Combination play works! Another point here.
Good play coming from Taitung. Really expected the middle to hit that one. And alam mong galing ka sa tournament na nanalo kayo, not just as a team, but when you have individual awards. Iba yung feeling na nabibigay nun. So you have that sense of, what do you call this? Parang
sense of pride.
Yeah. Thank you.
And
sense of pride.
Yeah.
So, kampante ka sa sarili mo, you can do anything now. So, parang ganon.
And it is a moral booster, Jelena. And you know naman here in volleyball, kailangan talaga may kalyo ka sa dibdib na lumaban. But meanwhile here, Lipa, slowly but surely.
Speaking of, you know, lakas ng loob, I remember the time wherein, you know, may mga Mickey Mouse pa sa puso. Wala talaga akong serve na mapasok sa buong laro. Grabe. So, I just admire these kids kasi At this age, grabe na yung confidence
Oh
nila
yeah.
pag naglalaro.
Imagine the growth of Philippine volleyball here, especially if you were to serve the match point. Diba? That is really very nerve-wracking. But meanwhile dito, Bacolod Taitong Almendralejo. You see the power, but that will be
Outside,
outside.
good jump serve, but then she was a little bit under the ball when she was hitting it. So that will send
Mm.
the ball's trajectory out of the court.
Tied here at 5. De La Salle-Lipa targeting Almendralejo. I think they've already figured out who is their weakest link on the reception dito on the side of Taitung. Lipa now, combination. Works here. Another point for the ladies in green.
Bartolome was a little bit late on that block. Lipa taking advantage of that. You can see here, nahuli siya sa
Oo.
paghabol. And that was a great hit coming from Lipa.
And kita mo, you know, these players, these teams, the scoring is more than just giving it to the outside and opposite.
Yeah,
There are a lot of combinations actually trying to deceive itong depensa ng kabila.
true.
Just like the rolling shot works.
That was a great setup on the side of Lipa.
Timeout now.
Don't worry. Be only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi nabitin with 10 gig data plus only Facebook or TikTok and more. Load now.
My future.
Right? What's the plan?
I have a plan. The new Smart Junior Plan. Made for me. For only learning, only experiences, only connections at just $4.99. It's a plan as good as yours. New Smart Junior Plan.
Our player in focus is presented by pusupid.com. Join now for free, and we have on screen here Sumage, silent operator here for De La Salle-Lipa. 6 points, 4 of which is from attacks, and right now, ngayon 8 points, playing big time dito kontra Bacolod Taitung. Really doing a wonderful job here for De La Salle-Lipa. They're leading here by 3 points already. And they need to continue and maintain this kind of intensity if they want to extend this match contra Taitung into third set.
Well, we have here Fel Sumage coming from Lipa. And kanina pa, we've been seeing her doing some cross-court hits. You know, she's one of those smart players. Pag nakita yung libero, naka-atras na, she'll do a roll shot. And if masyadong buka yung block, she'll power through it. And I like how she moves as well in the defense sa likod. Maaasahan siya when it comes to receptions and the receives.
And you know, I really have those personal biases talaga, Jelina, for the players.
Yeah.
Na, I mean, not a liability when they are actually sa likod trying to do a defense. Because as a player in volleyball, you should not only good in offense, but at the same time defense as well. But how about dito? Bacolod Taitung mahabol. 8-6.
Seeing the same scenario a while ago in the first set kung saan lamang yung Lipa, but then Taitung keeps the score close and eventually pulls out. So tingnan natin if that's the same case here on our second set.
Well, let's see. But here comes Lipa. I think they really wanted to have this big gap over Bacolod Taitung. But Bacolod Taitung here, Almendralejo, I think, is not yet here in front. She's at the back, so they really need to get and score and to pile up points while Almendralejo still at the back. She's been targeted dito sa mga palo. Talagang pinapagod ng Lipa dito sa Almendralejo. What a rally here. Rolling shot. Lipa now. No coverage.
Good block from Hermosura. You know, earlier is larong kanina, the previous game, it was actually Ana Hermosura who did the points, who led the team being the MVP of the match. It was not Rose Almendralejo.
Oh.
So, as the game continues, we're still looking forward to hear from Rose Almendralejo.
Yeah. But right now, again, I mean, I see a lot of options dito for Taitung just like that. Not De Leon. Don't forget her name.
Donna De Leon, kanina ko pa inaantay yung ganyang set,
Oo.
you know, because that's what she's known for here in Shakey is girls division.
And right now, a timeout dito. Let's listen in.
Oh, nagawa ng paraan ng setter kahit ang bagal ng first ball. Hindi, sa halip na kombinasyon na mabilis ang bagal. O di mabite, nagawa ng paraan, diskartihan. Yung sinundan atin na rally yun. Ibigay mo, hindi ko ga iniiyo. Salamat. Sa iyo to Lord, salamat po. Let's go!
And that huddle was powered by Smart 5G.
Well, a little bit of reminders coming from coach there na galingan ng pagpasa. You know, that's what I mentioned earlier on the first set is that di sila nahihirapan gumawa ng mga plays dahil maayos yung pasa ng libero nila and yung mga open spikers as well.
Exactly. And right now, let's see if De La Salle-Lipa can translate the instruction there given by their coach on that timeout. Good combination. And this time from the pipe. Good dig. Taitung now. Hermosura.
Powerful hit coming from Hermosura. Nakita mo yung buwelo niya.
Oh.
You know, anticipating that free ball coming on the side of Lipa and then you could just see her swing and hit full of intent.
And no doubt, the swing pa lang in approach, surely she's going to hit that ball really hard. And there's a Lipa now. 7 points already. Let's see if she can make it 8.
And
Hermosura.
narinig ka niya. Nabatian ka
Oo.
niya.
Sabi mo na kanami, Ged. Sang hampang sa Bacolod, Taitung karon kontra Lipa, Jelina. 8 points already here for Hermosura. And relatives are really supporting her.
Yeah. And it's really great to see that, you know, kung, yung mga parents, they fly out here to see their kids watch them play and even watch on TV. So in Bacolod, in Lipa.
Surely. And meanwhile, Jelina dito, Hermosura, 9 points already. Bit-bit ang tanan nga taga Bacolod on that hit. This time now. That will be inside.
Medyo kinabahan dun si Bertolano sa serve. An open positioning on the side of Lipa there creates a hole for that point.
And this serve of the game is brought to you by Shakey's. Order your favorite thin crust pizza in Chicken and Mojo's now.
So the next game here that we're having will also be coming from Bacolod City as well. Which is fun to see since some of the players on the opposing team actually came from their school.
Oh, that is really very interesting to watch. This time here, an error will give some break dito for De La Salle-Lipa. Easy floater. Donna De Leon again. From the opposite. Aldovino, no. Hermosura one more time. The power tip. One more time to Hermosura. Dacer binigay dito sa open. Almendraleo been targeted on the offense. But this is still playable.
Good
What a
save.
rally!
Oh, smart play coming from Bulak with a 1-2 drop. Grabe nakita niya yun, no?
Oo.
May mata ba siya sa likod, guys?
Later we'll see. But I think that were to see that replay, kita mo naman
That was a
talaga.
smooth drop on that side.
And here comes Hermosura, 3 straight points.
Well, kung ikaw naman talaga shuffle na yung lahat, nagkakagulo na yung lahat, di mo maiisip na gagawin niya yun.
Hermosura now. This time Bacolod, Taitung, Almendralejo adjusting. Dacer from the pipe. How about those coverage coming from Tomas dito
A
for
little,
Taitung?
yeah, that error. But then, that was a good hit coming from the back by Sumage. So yun nga yung sinasabi ko, that even in the back row, she's 100% as well.
Exactly. The
And
team,
she's not that tall.
yeah,
So, you could really see na mataas yung vertical niya and good contact when it comes
good
to the
contact,
ball.
yeah.
Be a touching on the side of Taitung.
And they need to be extra careful here because their 4-point lead. Isa na lang inahabol dito ng Lipa. But I really must have admired dito si Tomas talaga. I mean, those digs. I mean, Tomas here, ginlimpyo niya ng salog dire sa Green Hills with those digs.
Nang limpyo na siya sa
Oo.
salog, sang ginalaot yung bola.
Oo.
But then we have here trouble on the side of Taitung when it comes to their reception. Well, you know, kanina pa nila tina-target si Rose Medralejo, but then in the middle of this set, they're switching it up to targeting Ana Hermosura.
Wow! Whoa, De Leon! How about
Statement
that?
point coming from Donna De Leon.
And that Smart Powered Up play was brought to you by Smart's Powerol 99. Load now.
You could see the elevation and the contact in that hit. Silip na silip yung net, you know?
Picture perfect hit there coming from Donna De Leon. This will be an easy opportunity for Taitung. Back row. Dacer chasing that volleyball. Down the line. That is too wide. Well, let's see if there is going to be a check. None.
Looking for a check. I think there was no check ball since Bulak barely jumped in that transition. And if there was going to be a check ball, it would have been on the hands of Bartolome.
Oh, yeah.
So asking some clarifications on the side of Lipa.
Donna De Leon now. Here on deck to serve. They're up by 2. Lipa now. They really need to. Actually, they have a good reception. They just need to execute it and minimize their errors. Taitung up by 3 as Donna De Leon continues to serve. De Leon now, our former best middle blocker. Oh!
That was a good block. Kita mo yung
Oo.
coverage doon sa kamay. She just tipped it over.
And I think, I mean, here come the Salle-Lipa, they've been doing that for the past sequences. And good read dito for Bacolod Taitung, are really anticipating those deceiving offense coming from Lipa. De Leon
So,
now.
Taitung now getting their subs in.
Too strong.
An error for De Leon.
De La Salle pa now, well, there will be a substitution. All bests will do the serving duties and at the same time, for sure, some defense dito to give Lipa a defense because I think just one more rotation. Ito si Almendraleo Gelina
Yeah.
will be in the
haharap
front
na.
line. Oo, so they really need to
So-
strengthen their floor defense.
Both teams are really doing their best as
Wow.
they can. And wow, okay.
I think she's already in front na pala.
Narinig niya, yeah. Sabi niya, dito na ako sa harap.
Oo.
Ano pinagsasabi niyo nasa likod pa ako?
And there's these girls
Sorry na.
and these girls really know how to listen and just on cue their Almendralejo. Nabatian ta ni Almendralejo. And this
And
time.
we just want to greet the teachers from Taitung Asiauhao
This time
who are
now.
watching.
That is inside here for Oldovino. This could still be anybody's game. Let's take a one more. Well, this is really hard set.
Yeah.
Coming from behind.
Yeah, coming
yeah.
from and setting it to the back row and doing a cross-court hit.
Estoli now. Serving here for De La Salle-Lipa and looking forward, of course, to snatch the second set contra Bacolod Taitung. Good serve here, Tomas. Again, a solid reception. Denial there on the side of Lipa. Almendraleo has been checked. This time, this will be an easy one opportunity here for De La Salle-Lipa. What will be the play? Too much muscle.
Sends it outside. Good intent on the part of Lipa. But then, masyadong flat yung tama niya sa bola.
And you must really have to admire the heart here of these players playing through, you know, for sure their fatigue has already been a consideration dito. But there, here comes these girls still showing up here in this match. Almendralejo. This time, De La Salle-Lipa. Well, for the past sequences, itong De La Salle-Lipa, yung time na lumalamang itong De La Salle-Lipa is when Almendralejo is at the back.
Yeah.
Because Almendralejo has been the target on the service reception. At sa mga opensa nila, they really want to neutralize the offense dito ng
And
Taitung.
Lipa is one of the good serving teams here
Yeah.
in our league. These teams are really trying their best to stay good in the rankings since top 2 teams will advance to the quarterfinals. And from there on,
Just on cue, Jelina.
yeah, just on cue, when I said one of the good serving teams, nagka-ace agad itong Lipa.
And that is the Sayer dancing to another ace there. And of course, a lot of fans really expecting Taitung and Lipa to be the top 2 teams in their pool. But there you go.
That was a strong hit from the Saila.
But Dosaila immediately apologizing after that one.
Sportsmanship.
Definitely, definitely. That's what we are trying really to promote here.
That was a strong hit. I
Yeah.
hope she's okay.
Bartolome here serving for Bacolod Taitung. Three-point lead here for Bacolod Taitung. Low reserve, good pass. This will be a hit sa gitna, but here comes Bulak. Reverse set. One more time for Bacolod Taitung. Powers it through, and it's good.
Good hit coming from the Saila. Sumilip at nakita na medyo maluwag ang block on the left side of the middle blocker.
Don't worry. Be only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi nabitin with 10 gig data plus only Facebook or TikTok and more. Load now.
My future.
Right? What's the plan?
I have a plan. The new Smart Junior Plan. Made for me. For only learning, only experiences, only connections at just $4.99. It's a plan as good as yours. New Smart Junior Plan.
We're back here, Jelina, in our 4th match here this afternoon, this Monday, as Bacolod Taitung just 4 more points to secure and to strengthen their chance for our top 2.
Already winning the game earlier and this being their second game. You know, akala ko nga bababa yung energy of both teams kasi naglaro sila nung umaga. But then again, they're used to playing 5 sets or even 10 sets a day for both teams. Siyempre, in the morning, sometimes they would have trainings and in the afternoon, they would play.
And you know, if you will get to know these girls personally, Jelina, these girls will surely earn your respect.
Yeah.
Imagine 1-2 games in a day.
And there we go.
And
we
there
have
you
the
go.
crowd favorite coming in for the side of Bacolod Taitung.
For our fans' delight, on your screen, Brianna Ang, our crowd favorite, the darling of the crowd. Let's see if she can make a point here as Taitung trying to close this set out. This will be an opportunity. Pupunta ba sa Brianna? Pupuntahan Brianna ang instant impact dito, Jelena.
That was a good setup from Bulak. Going to Brianna Ang with that free ball and that tip in the middle. You know, giving the open spiker of Lipa a hard time.
This time here, Bacolod Tung on the verge of winning.
It's 2 points left.
2 points
a while
left.
ago, nagigit-gitan sila
Strong
sa
serve.
points.
This time, this will be a free ball. Powering it through to Soila once again.
Good check ball for the Sila. And we have here Musura coming in for Taitung as well. Her name's Anna as well.
Match point tayo dito. And these girls from the City of Smiles are all smiles because just one more point, Jelena, and they'll be securing another W here in this match. Lipa now. Shake reception, confusion on the side. Dito ng Lipa. Easy over. This will be an easy one. What will be the play? Pupuntahan pa rin. Good coverage on the side of Lipa as they now have the opportunity to tie things up. But here, isang set na lang kinakailangan ng Taitung. Is this the winning point here? Lipa. No. The set pupuntahan. Their outside hitter. This will be not yet. And saving.
Center line fault.
Yeah.
Setter's foot went over the line. Going to the court of Lipa.
Well, here on the side of Salle-Lipa, they need to play perfect volleyball here. They have a very tall middle blocker with Brianna Ang, and for sure, if magkakaroon ng chance dito, ang Taitung to have a good ball to set her off, definitely pupuntahan dito si Ang. Reverse set works!
Good spike coming from Bertolano to end the match here against Lipa.
Yeah. But of course, nonetheless, Jelena, I must say, Lipa still playing a wonderful game here contra Taitung. Again, these two teams are champions in their own respective way. But here comes just, I must say, Taitung must have been really preparing here to win and to get this victory contra our bronze medalist in Palarong Pambansa.
Really excited to see these teams just show us more of their skills in the upcoming games that they're going to have here in Shakey's. And, you know, probably on the side of Lipa, tiredness has been setting
Definitely,
in. But they showed, nonetheless, a good game for both the games here they had today.
Fatigue must have been really a factor talaga. I mean, they played like 1-2 games right now. Then they just came from Ilocos late night, kagabi. But, you know, what I really admire these girls for showing up. And I think that's about, you know, the professionalism that they could actually develop at this very young age. But right now, here, second set, 25-19, favor with Bacolod Taitung. 18 rather.
Don't worry, the only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi nabitin with 10 gig data plus only Facebook or TikTok and more. Load now!
The fun goes on and on and on, on and on and on. To the break of dawn, fun is never done. Shakey's fun goes on and on. Hero to hero, what a ride. With each new decade, a fun new side. Still serving smiles on every plate. 50 great years, let's celebrate. Shakey's fun goes on and on and on, on and
waves of great pizza, chicken, and mojos.
Shakey's fun goes on and on.
From era to era to era, the fun goes on. Shakey's 50 years.
The fun goes on at Shakey's.
My future.
Right? What's the plan?
I have a plan. The new Smart Junior Plan. Made for me. For only learning, only experiences, only connections at just $4.99. It's a plan as good as yours. New Smart Junior Plan.
Oh my.
And Bacolod Tung here winning this match in 2 sets, 25 to 18, 25 to 18 as well, identical for both 2 sets. And right now, Jelena, there are a lot of promising players, but this MVP of the match is brought to you by Shakey's Order, your favorite thin crust pizza in Shaken and Mojos now.
So we have here our MVP of the match, none other than Ana Hermosura from Bacolod Taytong High School. The crowd has been missing her presence since wala siya sa palaro eh.
Oh,
But
definitely.
dito, bawing-bawi
Oo.
naman talaga ang ating mga crowd and their fans to see her again play for Taytong. And exceptional performance in this game, and just looking forward to see what she would bring into this tournament more for Taytong.
And of course, one of her relatives, Jeffrey Hormusura, watching in Saudi Arabia, is for sure really proud of her. 7 points, 6 points, attacks, and 1 ace. Surely a big contribution coming from her. But right now, Jelena, let's check out our Smart Powered Up plays brought to you by Smart Power All 99 with 10 gig of data, only access to Facebook or TikTok, plus unlimited calls and text to all. Load now.
You know what? Almost the same scenario for both sets, but then the second set was just a little bit different. First set, mabagal ang simula for both teams. Lipa and Taytong were hanging on to almost the same scores, 8-8, 10-10, and 11-11. But then in the end, Taytong pulled away from the scores by giving it their all, a lot of playmaking and good reception. Also utilizing Donna Bartolome on their end, as well as on the second set naman, Lipa was having a hard time to get those good receptions back, which they had during the first set. And it was actually one of their winning feat, since getting good receptions translates to good setting up for the plays for Lipa. But then it was a little bit shaky on the other set, and Taytong just took advantage of it, fielding in their bench players. We saw the crowd's favorite, and all in all, it was just a good game for both teams. And definitely, this is not the last time that they will be seen here.
Definitely. And for sure, for both squads, I know that they gave the all, and there's really nothing to shame of here for the Salle-Lipa. It's a good game, but it's time for Bacolod to get another W's. But we still have here our last match to wrap our Monday afternoon here, because our next match, Jelena, another school din. From Bacolod, St. John's Institute Bacolod will be having their top order right now, as they will be going, of course, the National University Nazareth School for our 5th game this Monday afternoon. And for our volleyball fans, stay there. And this has been Jong Panerio, and of course, Jelena Luceño will deliver you goods in our 5th game today.